everyone. When bow hunting season is over, you don't have to put your bow away and go into hibernation mode. You can keep having fun by doing archery competitions with the same bow you hunt with. This is my hunting bow, and I can bring this to a competition in what's called the bow hunter class, or the bow hunter division, or the hunter class, and compete with it in indoor archery in the winter time, and field and 3D archery all summer long. And if you do that, you're going to become a much better shot. It's going to help you in the fall when you have that giant buck in front of you. You're going to be able to make a precision shot because you've been practicing with your equipment and practicing under pressure in different types of scenarios. It's going to get you really ready for hunting season. Now, just like in hunting, how we have different hunting laws, there are different types of rules depending on the competition you're going to. In the world of archery competitions, there are different archery organizations. Here, some examples are USA Archery, National Field Archery Association, the Archery Shooters Association, the International Bow Hunting Organization, and these different organizations will have different rule sets, but luckily some of them are similar for the bow hunter class, and we're going to go over those right now. USA Archery, Collegiate Archery, the National Field Archery Association, and the Archery Shooters Association, those rule sets are very, very similar. They restrict archers to a front stabilizer that is shorter than 12 inches in overall length. So you can't have a stabilizer longer than 12 inches. But you can use a rear stabilizer or V-bars of any length. They also don't allow bow hunter class archers to adjust their sight once competition begins. That means if you go to, let's say, an indoor competition, you have 2 ends of practice. You can fine-tune your sight during those practice ends, but as soon as official scoring starts, you cannot adjust your sight. You'll have to, if you start hitting one way or the other, you'll just have to aim off. Those are the important things that you need to know for those organizations within the bow hunter class, and here are some differences that you should know as well. In NFAA, you can't use a sight that has more than 5 pins. And the ASA, they will allow you to use magnification in some of their hunter classes. Okay, so obviously I left out the International Bow Hunting Organization, which is a very popular 3D organization. It's great, especially if you live in the Northeast. There's a lot of tournaments you can go to in the Northeast that are IBO sanctioned. But their rule sets are a little bit more detailed, and there's a few different hunter classes within their rules, but they lay them out very clearly, and we'll have their rule set linked in the description as well as the other ones. Okay, so stabilizers are a big part of the bow hunter class rules. So when we have a 12-inch maximum length on the front stabilizer, they measure it from the back of the bow, or where the stabilizer connects. So right here, where the stabilizer joins the bow, from this point all the way to the end. And that length includes any kind of quick disconnect that you're using to attach the stabilizer to on the bow, and any weights. A good stabilizer length to purchase for your front stabilizer is 10 inches. That will give you plenty of room to add weights or quick disconnect without going over that 12-inch mark. Most people who shoot a 12-inch stabilizer will use a 8-inch rear stabilizer, but you can experiment with that and find out what holds the best. You'll find that a lot of stabilizer companies sell kits that have a 10-inch front stabilizer and an 8-inch rear stabilizer. Those typically work out pretty well for most people. So what can you do with your bow hunter class bow? You can shoot indoor tournaments like the Lancaster Archery Classic, the Vegas Shoot, National Field Archery Association Indoor National Championship is another big shoot. And of course, there's a lot of local indoor tournaments that are happening starting right now all the way through March or April. And of course, 3D archery and field archery lend themselves perfectly to a bow hunter class setup, especially if you're a bow hunter. Field archery and 3D archery are a great way to get ready for the hunting season. You'll shoot uphill angles, downhill angles, varying distances, and it really gets you dialed in, teaches you to shoot under pressure well, and they're just a ton of fun to do. So if you're interested in getting started in the bow hunter division, here's what I would recommend you do. call up your local archery shop and see if there's any upcoming tournaments and see what rule set that tournament is going to be using. Your archery shop might also host a weekly league, which is a great way to get started. And indoor archery in general is a perfect way to get started in competitive archery. It's shot at 20 yards, it's very beginner friendly, and bowhunter class fits it perfectly. So once you know the rule set, then you can research more into those rules. Again, we have those linked in the description. And then you can set up some lessons ahead of time, get yourself tuned up, and then you can, well, while you're at the archery shop, have them look over your bow, make sure that's dialed in, then go to the tournament, have fun. It's gonna be a learning experience at your first tournament, but after you go to one or two of them, you'll get the hang of it and you'll see what I'm talking about. They're a ton of fun and they will make you a much better archer. I hope this video was helpful for all of you aspiring bowhunter class shooters. We will see you all in the next video.